shit's going to go down. It's going to get weird and intense, and the mundane will suddenly become sacred or unbelievably funny. I want it to end long before it does. I'll have regrets. I'll wonder what I was thinking to start such a thing, and I will curse myself. I just don't know the how of it all, the way things will play out. On June 26, 2006, I was a broken and isolated man who no longer wanted to live, who couldn't imagine life drunk or sober, who just couldn't imagine living anymore. In fact, I was putting a gun in my mouth. When I look back at that day, I see myself in jagged fragments, pieces of me scattered around the floor. I knew my addiction was bigger than me, and I knew there had to be something in this universe bigger than it. I reached out to that higher power. I strung one moment to the next, breath by sober breath, and I was miserable without the chemicals. I haven't had a drink or a mind-altering substance since that day.
So what prompted the writing of the book?
It's funny because you usually don't get good ideas when you're running 100-mile races. But when I was running the race in 2014, and I was just, as you're running, you talk to people, of course, other people running it. And I'm talking to a guy who, the week before, he was working with natives in the Amazon, or somebody else who's running it because of a dead friend or whatever. And I just thought everybody running this thing is a novel unto itself. And I thought I like to document things. That's just something I like to do. I like to photograph. I like to write things down. And so I said, I need to tell some of these stories. Races that where I say miles 30 through 70 were really painful, but you just keep pushing through them and moving through them, and you learn to kind of wrap your head around the pain and embrace it as, like I said, as just comfort instead of as pain, and just something that you move through. What's the draw of running 100 miles? A friend asks. Like, in a sentence, what's the draw? She's right to aim for the short answer. People have things to do. It's so beautiful out there in the middle of the night, I say, even when it's really hurting. Night running is magic. There's something very spiritual about ultras too. I sometimes have this little feeling near the end that I don't want it to end. Running trails is my meditation. It puts me more in the present moment than anything I do. I love the solitude of running long and the humility of running ultramarathons.